In the dark hours before dawn, a convoy of trucks rolled across the Nevada desert, carrying rocks that could decide the future of American power. Inside those rocks were lithium, cobalt, and rare earth elements, the silent engines of electric vehicles, missiles, satellites, and artificial intelligence. For decades, the United States ignored these minerals, trusting global supply chains and cheap imports, while rivals quietly built dominance. Now, in a world shaken by trade wars, pandemics, and rising geopolitical tension, America has realized a dangerous truth. Without control over critical minerals, national security, economic stability, and technological leadership are all at risk. This is the story of how the race for critical minerals began, why it suddenly became urgent, and how it could ignite the next great American resource boom. The timeline starts in the late 1990s, when China began a strategic push to dominate rare earth mining and processing. At the time, American companies like Molycorp, which ran the Mountain Pass mine in California, struggled with environmental rules, low prices, and declining demand. By 2002, China controlled more than 80% of global rare earth production, quietly turning minerals into a geopolitical weapon. In 2010, when a diplomatic dispute erupted between China and Japan, rare earth exports were suddenly restricted, sending shockwaves through global markets. Prices exploded, factories panicked, and Washington realized the scale of its vulnerability. Yet action remained slow, as cheaper imports continued to flow and corporate profits stayed strong. Then came the electric vehicle revolution, driven by companies like Tesla, General Motors, and Ford, each racing to build a future powered by batteries. Lithium, nickel, cobalt, and graphite became the new oil, essential to every electric car, grid battery, and energy storage system. At the same time, defense contractors like Lockheed Martin and Raytheon relied on rare earths to build jets, radar systems, and advanced weapons. Suddenly, a fragile supply chain became a strategic emergency. By 2080, the Trump administration launched the first serious push for mineral independence, issuing executive orders to reduce reliance on foreign suppliers. In 2021, the Biden administration followed with a sweeping supply chain review, naming critical minerals as a top national priority. Billions of dollars began flowing into mining, processing, and recycling projects across the country. In Nevada, Lithium America started developing the massive Thacker Pass lithium deposit, one of the largest in North America. In California, MP Materials restarted production at Mountain Pass, rebuilding a once-forgotten industry. In Texas, companies raced to build battery plants, supported by incentives from the Inflation Reduction Act. In Arizona, copper mines expanded as demand surged for power grids and electric vehicles. Every state with mineral potential suddenly mattered again. Yet the race was not just domestic. China continued investing heavily in Africa, South America, and Southeast Asia, securing long-term contracts and building massive processing plants. Russia tightened control over nickel and palladium. Indonesia restricted nickel exports to force foreign companies to build factories on its soil. The global competition turned fierce, with each nation guarding resources like strategic weapons. In Washington, lawmakers from both parties began calling minerals the backbone of modern civilization. Senator Joe Manchin warned that energy independence without mineral independence was a dangerous illusion. Companies like Albemarle, Freeport McMoran, and Piedmont Lithium saw renewed interest as Wall Street sensed a historic shift. At the same time, recycling emerged as a powerful solution, with firms developing methods to extract lithium and cobalt from old batteries. Every breakthrough reduced dependence and strengthened resilience. By 2024, the U.S. Department of Energy committed over $10 billion to mineral and battery supply programs. Factories rose from empty land, bringing jobs to rural towns and hope to struggling communities. Electric vehicle costs could fall, accelerating adoption and cutting energy bills. Defense manufacturing could regain flexibility and speed. America could once again shape global markets instead of reacting to them. Yet the risks were just as real. If projects failed, delays mounted, or investment dried up, dependence would deepen. Supply disruptions could send shockwaves through markets, crashing stocks and raising prices for consumers. Geopolitical rivals would gain leverage, shaping policy through resource control. History shows that resource dominance often defines eras of power. In the 19th century, coal built empires. In the 20th century, oil reshaped geopolitics. In the 21st century, critical minerals may decide the balance of technological dominance. Every mine, factory, and recycling plant now carries strategic weight. Every policy decision echoes across markets and borders. For investors, this shift opens doors to once-in-a-generation opportunities. Mining, energy storage, advanced manufacturing, and materials science stand at the center of a new industrial wave. Yet smart capital must balance excitement with caution, understanding regulatory risk, environmental responsibility, and technological uncertainty. For policymakers, the challenge is to move fast without cutting corners, protecting nature while securing national interests. For workers, this boom offers stable jobs, higher wages, and a chance to shape the future. For communities, it promises revival, investment, and renewed purpose. At its heart, the critical minerals race is about independence, resilience, and vision. It is about deciding whether America will lead the next technological era or depend on others for its foundation. The stakes stretch far beyond profit, touching security, climate goals, and generational prosperity. As trucks roll through deserts and factories light up empty plains, a new chapter of American industry is being written. The question is no longer whether this race will reshape the economy, but how boldly the nation will run it. In this defining moment, will the United States seize control of its mineral destiny and spark the greatest resource boom of the century? Or will hesitation once again leave the future in someone else's hands?